Got an Equinox 800 out here today. That clad dime under that orange cap there has been buried about 90 days. It's at least 9 inches deep. It could be as deep as 9 1/4 inches deep. Running Park 1. Got this machine ground balance, speed 5. This is the new F2 iron bias at 0. I'll let you listen to it now. ID in 2427, that's a clad dive. You gotta watch your sweep speed. Okay. Now, machine's ground balance, you see 35 in the window there. Let's dial her down to 0 and watch what happens. Okay, now I'm going to go back here and I'm going to balance the machine. Okay. Now this ground right here, this is what we call a strong 3-bar in this field right here to a weak 4-bar, depending on where you're standing, okay? This would be some of the milder ground I have in this 15-mile radius of where I'm standing here, okay? Now, we're going to go to part 2. Just look at it. Okay. Okay, this is the new iron bias F2 at 0. Still at speed 5. Part 2. Now notice, what part 2 does for me on this ground right here is it allows a sloppier swing speed, meaning I can vary the swing speed and still get a signal. But look at the ID in that meter. Okay, the ID is hit and miss. You might think you're over a nickel sometimes. Sometimes you might think you're over that clad dime ID-wise. See how fast I'm able to swing that and get that signal to pop in? Let's go back over here to part 1 again and just, I'll show you. Lot coil position, more coil position sensitive in part 1. But when I get an ID, it's more consistent, okay, closer to the clad dime reading, which is generally around 25. Of course, it's reading a little low. Okay, if we go back over here to part 2, okay, whoops. I've still got the machine ground balanced here now. ID's hit and miss, but I do get a signal. Let's go in here and run the ground balance on it down to 0. Okay. Hear that signal? Hear it cutting out? And the ID, ID is low. Let's give it single digits, even with a slow sweep. 17 is about the highest number I see in the meter. Most of it's high single digits, okay? Balance it again. Now you'll see people on the internet, you know, they make blanket statements. Well, I don't ever ground balance my Equinox. You don't need to ground balance the Equinox. Well, that depends on where you live or maybe what kind of soil you have. Now, you're going to see this detector. A lot of detectors talked about on the internet. You're going to hear the term 1 bar, 2 bars, 3 bar soil, okay? Well, what they're talking about is Fisher and and their engineers put a scale on some of their detectors. F75 is one of them, model wise, and that scale is a percentage, meaning 1, no bars, and 1 would be like mild soil, 2 would be a little stronger mineralization wise, 3 would be medium mineralization. You start getting into 4 and 5 bar, you start getting into mineralization levels in soil that cripples a lot of your typical VLF detectors. Okay, this detector right here thrives in that soil for depth and ID compared to a lot. Okay, not necessarily all of them. An E-Track and a CTX made by Minelab do pretty good in that kind of soil. But now remember, the depth advantage you might get with even this detector here compared to some others may be very small, but yet any depth advantage you get is better than nothing. I hope you enjoyed the video.